Hello. Um, I'm finding myself in an interesting position with the baby where,
Hi. Hi.
hi, I need more activities. Miss Rachel, I feel like I do a lot of activities, a lot of activities, but I run out of steam. And when I kind of like Google videos for activities I could do, it's stuff that requires resources I don't have, and I I think I just need to find different content. So I kind of wanted to put this video out there just to say content creators who have realistic activities for baby. Can you please get on my For You page? Because I do a lot of things. Like I have a pool outside that we fill up sometimes with bubble bath and ball pit balls that are colorful, and we do sorting activities, and we do dress up, and I've been trying to keep the toys sorted into like bins, and um we go outside every day and we collect sticks and we play in her little toy house. We play with chalk. We draw a lot. We play with blocks. I play with her, so she's not just being handed a basket and said, like, here, go play. Um, I've done like specific games that I've found on YouTube where you're scooping ball pit balls out of cupcake tin things, and you're scooping them into a like a box or a basket, so it's learning hand-eye coordination and focus and stuff. I've seen lots of things like where, they're scooping things, they're turning keys, and I'm just wondering where I get the time to prep these things and where I get the time to keep all that organized at the same time as I'm cooking and caring for myself and dealing with illnesses and making sure she's going out to play group and um doing what I need to do as a wife and laundry and then like my own time just to do my own creative projects like this channel and video games and writing. And so I like, it's almost like it's hard to keep organized and keep track of, sort of like how when the fridge gets dirty or like disorganized or overfull, you haven't cleared it out in a while, and you're like, we have no food, or I can't see the food before it goes bad in order to eat it. And in the moment when I like really needed a snack for my kid, I couldn't find the one that she preferred, and then I thought I didn't even have it. And you know what I mean? That, but for activities, like there are plenty of toys in my house, but do they translate into an activity that's going to keep my kid engaged so that I could cook dinner, or so that I could have a moment to myself, or so that she can just be enriched, especially when we're homesick? Um, and I hope the answer isn't just work harder or like spend more time learning this and building things and staying more organized, because if that's the answer, I already know that. I'm just trying to like figure out how to do this better. Look, I'm literally doing everything that I can find out to do. Yeah. Hi. Um and she's old enough to do a lot of things, but I just want to be able to do these things without having to go to the dollar store every week, because I don't have a car right now with which to do that, and I don't have a disposable income. We have what we have, and she's also too young to be like, just go outside, have at it. You know what I mean? It's still where I need to keep outside time pretty supervised, and she's still putting everything in her mouth and eating things she shouldn't. So there's still a level of supervision that's going on. And as you can see with that ascot, we can still turn normal toys into dangerous weapons of self-destruction. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I googled this, and it was strange. I googled late night activities for 15-month-old baby. I didn't get a single response because, oh, everybody else's baby's asleep at this time. Apparently nobody else's baby has issues staying on a sleep schedule. Every other baby is asleep at this time. I have the only baby in the whole world who switches to a night schedule when she gets sick, apparently. So there's no advice on what to do when you can't go outside because it's dark and there's mountain lions. And you can't go to the dollar store to buy whatever little pom-pom thing. And, do you know what I'm talking about? I'm having anxiety because she's in the other room and who knows what she's eating right now. Marker tips, etc. I don't know. But I have been following along with some videos on Montessori method. I take what I like, I leave what I don't, because they have some ideas I don't approve of, etc. But I also am following like TikTok and like looking at different activities for kids, and I try to just see what we have, and I do buy things when we can afford to, and I do drive us places when I have access to a vehicle, and we do play outside every single day, and I try to make that safe and novel and interesting. But it's just like when it's a couple hours before bedtime and she needs something good and different and I can't think of anything, and I also don't have a second to look up something because she, like you saw at the beginning of the video, when I sit in this chair, it's a problem. When I focus on anything besides baby, it's a problem. Hi. Well, you've got to stop. You got to stop. Yeah, it's kind of like those people who they wear those back straightener devices. That's what you turned that into. And I do have baby accessible things, like things that are low at her level, things that are independent for her to do. And I do have like the toddler tower for her to participate when I'm cooking. I have really like internalize these Montessori concepts, which makes sense, like include your kid and let them do real life things, let them hold real life objects where it's safe to. But like just when you're at the end of your rope and you need something that the baby is actually going to be interested in, close to bedtime when they're sick and you're sick, it really seems to be screen time is what you turn to. Like at the end of the day, Miss R word, because I can't say the actual word or I'd have to turn it on. And the pediatrician tells me I shouldn't be letting her watch any TV. But in the other room, I have Pride and Prejudice playing right now because it's her favorite show in the whole world. I mean, come on. Anyways, help me out if you can help me out. Feel sorry for me if that's all you can do. But I mean, don't feel sorry for me because I'm living my best life and I have a baby. And she's amazing. I just don't know what to do sometimes with this time, especially when we're sick and we can't leave the house and our schedule's weird. And I'm like, what can I do with what I have? Like, are we just gonna bang on pots and pans while everyone's sleeping? No. Husband has to wake up in the morning to go to work. Are we gonna draw? We've been drawing all day long. She's probably tired of drawing. I'm tired of drawing. What do we do? I'm gonna invent something when I'm extremely exhausted? Is this just where you build up a repertoire of toys and games and you know, it just becomes second nature? You just have magnet tiles and you never have to think about games again. I've seen all these like videos of women who are like homemakers for a living, you know, and they just make like slow living, gentle, aesthetic content. And I'm like, you really have 1,600 children and they just play by themselves? And you have the time to make this content and everything just functions because you have systems in place? Can I just like hang out and watch you and what you do? Can I just like be an intern at your house? Because that's astonishing. Okay. I don't know even how to ask the question that I have. And I really don't have like a lot of faith that anyone's going to have an answer for me. But this is just like, I don't know, people are telling me you're doing such a great job. You come up with all these great activities. Like you're such a great mom. Your baby's so enriched. But I am here every single moment and it feels empty right now. It feels poopy that I have Pride and Prejudice playing in the other room and I don't know what to do at this time. And my brain just won't kick into gear because it's tired and it wants to rest. But my job never ends and I feel like I'm failing if she doesn't have something neat going on. And really all I can think that would be what needs to happen right now is cleaning. the never-ending job. And I suppose in a way that's enriching for her to learn to clean. But what about when I just want to sit down? Like there's a lot of time out of the day when we're sick and I'm down and we've been sick for 2 weeks and I can't hear out of this ear and I don't know when I'm ever going to be able to hear out of this ear again unless I go figure out some antibiotics or something. Maybe like an ear drainage thing. You know, you put the drops in and you flush it. Okay, totally. We're moving on. We're stop talking about my ear. But the point being, when you're sick and you're coming off the baby being sick and you're doing antibiotics twice a day and you're flushing the nose and you're doing multiple baths because you need to get this drained and you're cooking every meal and you're just exhausted and you don't even get the daylight in order to be outside and get kids' energy out because they're on a weird schedule because they're sick and you want to let them sleep, but then that ends up making schedule weird. What do you do besides screen time? Because I know it's too much screen time. It's not what I intended when I had a baby and I learned about the screen time risks and stuff. But it's the only way to get a break. Also because my kid doesn't want anyone else to watch her or be near her because we are anxiously attached because I'm an anxious person. I mean, she's securely attached, but you know what I mean? It's only mama. It's always only mama. She's saying stuck. I have to go. Let me know if you can help me.